Exciting times, people. I am on my way to Theatre Deli, which is by Liverpool Street in London. We are rehearsing today. We have begun rehearsals for Strangers and Revelations, Chiedza's play. You'll remember from a previous episode about the Brighton Fringe that my Edinburgh previews for Because are basically out of the way now. And now we need to focus on Strangers and Revelations. There's still work to do for Because. We are certainly not 100% there yet, but we're definitely in a good place with that. So we will be showing the rehearsal process of Because as well. But today it's all about Strangers and Revelations. And the guys are already there. Chiedza and Mishak, our actor who's playing Malcolm, they are already at Theatre Deli doing virtual rehearsals with our director, Matthew Kissa, who is from Uganda, currently waiting for his visa. So while we're waiting for his visa, I will be providing support physically in the rehearsal room until he gets here. I'll be doing that anyway, but certainly when he's not in the country, it's good to have an external pair of eyes in the room with the guys just to make sure that they're on the right track, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So very, very exciting. We are, is it 4 weeks away from Edinburgh now? It's the 5th of July. You do the maths, because I can't really do it. But it's getting close, guys. It's getting close. And we're preparing not just for Edinburgh, but for the London previews of Strangers and Revelations, which is going to be at the Drayton Arms Theatre, 20th and 21st of July. So there's a lot of work to do, but we're ready for the challenge. So come along and see what we're doing. I made it to Liverpool Street Station and I'm on my way to Theatre Deli. I thought I need to clarify this. I said that Theatre Deli is in Liverpool Street. It's not like in Liverpool Street, but it's sort of between Liverpool Street, Bank and Aldgate. I think the closest station is Aldgate. It's a bit of a funny journey to get here, but I'm here. And something I also forgot to mention was that you would have seen, hopefully from a previous episode, if you've watched it, that we had a week's residency at the Powder Chocolate Theatre, where we basically did a bit of an R&D for Strangers and Revelations to basically work on the script that we will now be rehearsing for Edinburgh. If you haven't seen that episode, I will link it up here. And it's just exciting to see already in a short space of time how far the play has come along and where it will get to in the coming weeks. So yeah, let's do this. Studio 5 about to crash the party.
Voice. I want to see Hassan. Where is he?
Oh, you can see me. Hello. Sorry, I'm trying not to be distracting.
Don't forget your fish in Zodwa.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to reel it in. Exactly.
Yeah. Remember that.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's a way you delivered the line. You know how there was the note of like me being a bit like sensual with the I'm not like anyone you'll ever meet or whatever. And then you like kind of in the moment, I don't know if you realize you're doing it, you kind of impersonated Tendai on me. Like you were like, oh, she was very opinionated, tall. Like as Tendai was you, basically. And I'm like, okay. And then I kind of allowed myself to play with it. Like, okay, I'm Tendai.
To go off that.
I'm the new Tendai.
Ooh, Mishak is getting some of the hassas. He's getting some of the hassas. That's what's going on. I don't know if you discussed this with Matthew, but the whole idea of subverting the obvious.
Yeah.
That's a good example of that we discovered in the sort of Cowder residency, where on the surface, oh, you would be annoyed to be compared to another woman, but that's the obvious reaction. What's the not so obvious reaction, and what fuels that not so obvious reaction? It's so funny because I can see how the notes from before are still. Yeah, I'm like, you remembered. You're working.
I'm working.
We are gonna be breaking off for lunch.
All right.
Cool.
And then I'll stay with Hassan.
Hello,
Yeah.
partner. They don't know. Nice two of us. Oh, we are going to work them.
Thank you.
We're going to work them. Thanks, Matthew.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You guys are great, man. I believe in you.
Fringe first. Here we come.
Amen.
I'm saying it into existence. Fringe first. When people watch this vlog on YouTube and see that we won, remember I told you. Remember I told
I
you.
want the characters, the two of them, to feel the play and be in it, and then work on the rhythm. I want them to have everything organically.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of reading for them to identify, okay, because before they were reading, the next session, they've been listening to each other and acting on what they're listening and just responding with what they're listening to. So for me, there's a part I want them to be. And I know that if they read it over and over again, while we've broken it down, it's going to make a lot more sense. It's easier for me to block.
Yes.
When everything is in sync. When they come back, you should emphasize reading the script again and again to a point where everything is organic while they have the script in their hands.
In their hands, yeah. What I might do, I might set the room up in like a just sort of like get them out of this sort of sitting next to each other vibe. It's not a blocking, but I think part of what will help with what you're asking for is if they just have freedom to move and just kind of follow instincts, and we just, film that. And if there's things that they can keep, maybe we'll keep it. But I think, because how we did it at the bookshop was a lot like what was happening today, which is great. Right. But I think obviously this is a newer version of the script, so they do need to get that obviously down packed. But I do think it wasn't a huge space, the other space, so we didn't end up moving around a lot. I do think today might be a good opportunity for them, not even from a blocking point of view, but just from like a Laban exercise point of view, just kind of throw stimulus at them.
Let's do that. That's amazing.
Really, really trying to pull apart the intentions and interrogate their intentions as well, to try and take it to because I think what's cool about this play is it's not what you think it's going to be. You'll be here for at least 2 weeks before Edinburgh. You're working with these guys in advance of that. I'm physically in the room playing a different role, so it is different. And there's just more. I remember when I was performing in it and I was thinking, do you know what? There's so much ideas I have about this play, but because I'm acting in it, I can't bring all of that out because I had a different job to do. Whereas now, I'm like, no, we're pulling out all the subtext. I'm making Chiedza work like she's never worked before, because in my head, because I know how good she is, and I'm like, you're not getting an easy ride out of this one, my dear. This will be one of the groundbreaking performances, because you do win awards in Edinburgh for performances as well. You win for performances, and obviously you don't want to sort of get like too hung up on the idea of winning an award, but you also want to give yourself the best possible chance. With Edinburgh, it's a word of mouth game. So even if your audiences in the beginning are small, which I'm hoping they won't be, but let's just say in the worst case scenario, we don't have that many in the first couple of performances. If those few people come to the show and are blown away, eventually the word will get round. There's a lot to gain with this play, and I want to make sure we get everything that we can out of this opportunity. Absolutely everything. Absolutely everything.
I agree with you.
And because it's her first one, obviously I've had experience of putting on my plays before, but we've had to learn as we go. I've learned so much from doing that I'm like, I want to give you the best possible start with your first play. It's going to be great for your confidence. It's going to be great for your reputation. It's going to be great for your ambitions. You want to tour it around Africa, you'll get that opportunity if we get this right.
I like the way you think.
Yes, listen, businessman, this was not the year to play, my friend. I must say, that is the con of digital rehearsals, guys. Do you see my face? I'm here. When you have to rely on the internet. Oh, look at that. Messing with my creativity, man. When you have to rely on the internet, it can be a little bit unreliable, especially in this space, but especially internationally as well. But yeah, the guys have just gone to lunch, and then I have them in the afternoon. I have officially taken over. And before we begin, I just want a moment of non-seriousness, because prior to Strangers and Revelations, the plays we have done have all been mine. And Miss Thing is always coming to my rehearsals with her folder, looking all boss, not stressed, with me on stage sweating my bollocks off. And I was like, do you know what? I cannot wait until the day when we are doing her play and I'm sat in my director-esque position. Look at her now. Do you see her? She's got script in hand. She is on the stage. She is on the stage, and I'm just like, you're working now, mama. You're working. So.
I don't want to be in it. We're like looking for another actor.
No, we never looked for another actor. She tried it, and I was like, it's not gonna happen.
You refused.
I was like, it's actually not gonna happen.
I'm glad this chance out.
Like, see, something very interesting that happened there is he got you with care for a drink, but then like even just that very nice gesture of like cleaning off the chair, that's a very like, no, I'm not sitting down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think you can do a lot of that in this play. It's not just the lines that give you fuel for pause. Like I'm like, okay, you're good. Because also think about it. You're drinking wine from a man you don't know. This has to be going through your head.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm trying to say is, as much as I don't want Zodwa to be unlikable, I really do think she has to put up, she's here, she wants to be here, she knows why she's here, but it's that uneasy feeling, should I really be doing this?
Yeah. Like in African culture, well, Zimbabwean culture, I think I would say, because I'm not going to say African. Africa isn't, you know.
Africa's a continent, not a country.
Yeah.
We know. No, I don't even mean that flippantly. No, it's true. It's very serious.
Yeah.
It's a continent,
But,
not a country.
They open, like the ATL, like people who believe in ATL, like they'll put some on the ground, like for the ancestors to drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a moment, although that's not what you're doing, but it's like
that.
it's
Yeah.
my other kin.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
exactly.
my Chiedza, like
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
Chiedza
yeah.
is like
I don't know what that means.
my totem, like well no. But totems.
Right.
Do people from Bulawayo do totems?
No.
They don't. Okay. So like Zim,
Yeah.
like well Shona,
Yeah.
you have a totem,
Right.
like something, and you're not supposed to eat your totem. You're not
Right.
whatever. So it's like I feel like it's a moment of like
Wow.
unit, not like we're the same totem, but it's almost like
Yeah.
that's what I said. I didn't understand that Zodwa is actually more physical than I thought. So like she's testing me. I feel like I'm gaining so many discoveries through the rehearsal and just through listening to the other person and how what they say actually affects me in the space and how words can just like sound so differently than they look on paper. There's just layers on layers on layers on layers on layers on layers. But it's good. It's great. I love it. The thought of previews gives me a little bit of anxiety because I'm like, it's so close. But actually, we've done so much today, so it gives me such excitement. I think it's a healthy balance. It's a healthy balance of like, oh my gosh, it's close, which I think is actually good. Relax. Come on. You're an actor. You've got this. You've done this before, you know? So it's exciting. I feel like it's an exciting space to be. I don't know how Edinburgh's gonna feel about my show. I really don't know, but I'm open. I think I have an openness because I feel like we're all humans, aren't we? So I just get a sense that there's gonna be a positive vibe to it. People are gonna be shocked. People are gonna wanna watch it again to kind of understand a few aspects of the show. But like, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good.
Hello. On my way to Because rehearsals, because we are just over a week away, or just under 2 weeks away. I'm not sure exactly what the maths is, but we are close to Edinburgh Fringe. And I can't believe how quickly this is coming around. This is really, really insane, but the journey isn't over yet. In fact, the journey is really just beginning. So we obviously have some more work to do to get our shows exactly where they need to be, so that by the time we set foot on Scottish soil, we're ready. And that's going to be the mission for today, is get as close to being ready as possible. So come with us and see what we get up to. Should be fun. Questions that can help one find answers. Answers I have probably already found from questions I have probably already asked. Pensive. And one word, holy strong. Anxious, maybe?
Anxious, yeah, lovely. So neither of them are grounded people. One's energy is forward and direct.
Yeah.
Her physical energy is forward and direct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That might be the yin.
What an amazing session. I feel really, really happy about how that rehearsal went today, because full disclosure, it's less than 2 weeks before Edinburgh, and this is the first Edinburgh rehearsal I've done for Because. Now, I know that might seem like we're cutting it fine, but let's not forget, I did do the performance in Brighton, and we did a whole video about that actually. So if you haven't seen our Brighton Fringe video, check that out. I will link it up here and you can see that. But yeah, so we've only really just started getting back into the rehearsal room, and today we have worked with someone who was new to the team, a director called Scott LaCrasse, who's come on board as somewhat of a bit of a movement director for us. Basically, some of the production issues that we've been having with Because is that my director, Rebecca Go, has got multiple projects on the go right now. And when the conversation of Edinburgh came up, it was always going to be a bit touch and go about how involved they were going to be able to be with this iteration of the show. And we basically discovered before Brighton Fringe that actually they just had a bit too much going on to be able to commit to regular rehearsals for this. So yeah, I kind of have been navigating this process without as much directorial support as I wanted, but luckily through a friend who is also an actress, Nicole, who did very well in Edinburgh last year. Actually, she was in my mother's funeral, if you saw that. She introduced Scott and I after I put out the feelers of trying to find more directorial support for the project. And in terms of Scott's skill set, he has quite a big background in movement directing, he told me. So a lot of the stuff we did today was working on bits of the piece that I felt needed improvement and would have worked on with my director. But actually having a movement director, we've decided he's going to be credited as, having that input has really elevated bits of the show in one rehearsal that I think is really going to help make the show pop in Edinburgh and alleviate some of the challenges we had with previous performances, regardless of how well it went. So I'm happy with that. My arm is hurting from holding this phone. I had a physical rehearsal. I also had a 9 to 5 that I had to do before this. So I'm gonna call it quits, but amazing progress, and just makes me even more excited about going up to Scotland. Guys, we're tired.
So exhausted.
Look at her. She's worked very hard today.
I have.
This is our final rehearsal before London previews.
Amen.
It's getting there.
The pressure's on, but we're ready.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
Mentally strong.
Yes! We're just doing last minute admin. We have to send the tech operator for the Drayton Arms, who will be operating the show. We have to send him a script in advance, or he said it would be good if you could, so we're going to, but Chiedza is just, she's just amended the script so it's got all the sound effects in. We will tell him about lights on the day, because there's not going to be huge amounts of lighting changes, but when they're there, they're going to be dramatic. And she's just doing all of that, and I'm just holding the phone, getting content. Look at her, she's typing. Do you know what's like? She's really tired. She's worked really hard today.
I could cry, or you know when you're so tired you could cry.
Yep. Look at her, she's working. Do you know what's crazy about this, guys? If you remember in our episode where we were doing our critical path and we were having this debate about the phone and the computer, and I love the laptop, she loves the phone. How the tides have turned. She is on the laptop and I'm holding the phone. What is this?
I don't have a choice, okay.
Yeah, exactly. But you see,
this has been thrust upon me.
But you can't do that on the phone. Realistically.
The laptop was out. Like, I had to do what had to be done.
Chiedza,
You know what I mean? The opportunity was there. It made sense for me to take advantage.
You could not amend the text script on the phone.
Listen, yeah.
You couldn't. You
My battery's low.
Huh?
My battery's low.
With the phone?
Yeah, so it's just...
Yeah, but even if it was high, how are you going to amend the text script on the phone?
Because I've got apps that help me.
You don't have Word on the phone.
Actually, there was a time I did that. But it didn't make sense. It was so frustrating.
What?
You never know when life gets like hectic. You never know. You have to edit something and then send it right.
Word on the phone.
It's a thing.
But it didn't work.
It didn't work.
So hence
it didn't
the
work
point.
for long. But the point of the matter is the phone is still accessible. That's what I'm trying to say. Like.
But you're having to upload sound files to Google Drive. The laptop is quicker, no?
It's convenient.
There we go. I will take that. On a Friday night where she's tired, I will take that. She has conceded. I don't want to be accused of forcing her into an answer she didn't want to give. I'm learning it's really hard to film and vlog a tech because you have to have your head in so many places. But here are our actors trying out costumes and just working with our very basic makeshift set, which is all you need for a preview. Being very serious about life. You can see they've been to drama school.
Can you go back from everything is spiritual, Zodra, where you want to start that whole sequence?
Yes.
Run it.
Yep.
To make sure it works.
Fantastic. Actors, can we go back to just before the movement section? Can we just go back just before there and play it out, just to with the shirt on?
Everything is spiritual.
Everything is spiritual. If we go from that line, because I've made a little bit of adjustment to what's in the script in terms of where the sound comes in, so it's closer to what we were doing in rehearsal.
Hopefully it'll work. We might have to do this a couple of times.
Might have to, but yeah. There's not too many complicated moments in this play that require that, so I'm happy to take the time with this one. It'll work for today.
But just tweak that face slightly so that it comes up before it goes down.
Yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Otherwise
Nice.
it's
Yeah. I noticed that bit,
sequence
yeah.
done.
Yeah, that's that sequence done. Perfect.
Okay, so that is 6 there.
Yeah. And so you've got the nyummy nyummy sound in, that plays when it, yeah, that's all done.
So haunting sounds and sad ambience is the
Where does that come in now? So that comes in on the...
Do you have to see in order to believe?
Page 34.
No.
It's a race of who's going to get there first.
There's no lighting in that bunch, is there?
I don't think... No, there isn't. No, it's just sound.
Strange things come out of them, hey? I once saw a man...
And then there's a very clear, so it sort of stops. So I think if it plays that, because there's going to be dialogue over it.
Nonsense! Where's the scientific backing?
There's an article on August 28th, 1999 about Georgina Ballantyne, who still holds the record of catching
A
the
riveted salmon weighing 29 kgs, I know.
BAM!
The fish is out and everyone shouts with joy!
Nothing can replace that feeling.
It's like manna coming from heaven.
It's like Romeo finally finding his Juliet.
Too far. You needed to learn a lesson about not taking things for granted.
Wait, my memory takes photographs of things I wish I could forget. One day you will.
Hi guys,
Hi guys.
we're tired.
Very exhausted.
We've had a long day of different rehearsals. Strangers rehearsals, because rehearsals.
Yeah.
But there's been a development since our preview performance.
Sorry, I love how you said that. How you described that.
Is it not a development?
Yeah, I mean that's it is, but it's just the way you sorry. I think it's exhaustion. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, no,
It's
is
fine,
a
I'm funny,
development.
I'm a funny person.
It's a development.
There's
It
been a development in our journey. So we had done a successful preview performance of Strangers and Revelations, and the play was ready. But unfortunately, our actor who was working with us had to pull out. Yeah, he had to pull out, and that was with less than 2 weeks to go before Edinburgh. So we had to cancel our second preview performance and find another actor, which has been very stressful. And these are the parts of the process that I don't know if people talk about enough, where you have these last minute challenges that could basically derail your entire journey.
Yeah.
The investment that we've made into this, the time that we have spent on it, the progress that we have made. We've made such great progress with the play, but unfortunately we couldn't continue working with the actor. He couldn't commit to it. He couldn't commit to Edinburgh in the end. And it just kind of left us at a bit of an impasse, because, is that the word? Impasse? Just left us at a crossroads. Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do? We keep pushing.
Exactly. The show must go on.
The show must go on,
Yeah.
and that's why that's the saying. The show must go on. Do we quit? Do we just throw away all the hard work that we've done? Or do we find a solution? And we found a solution. And that I am very happy to share.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we have found someone for the role who is
Zimbabwean as well. I think that's
crazy. We haven't had to forfeit
in a short space.
the intricacies of the casting. We haven't.
Yeah. I'm so grateful for that. And I just feel like, you know what, sometimes you just have to trust, even when it's like chaos.
Yeah.
And I think I'm so proud of us, because regardless of the fact that it was a very difficult thing to process, even doing a preview, knowing that like, you know.
Yeah, because we found out before the preview that he
Exactly.
wasn't going to be able to do it. So we had to kind of push through with that preview performance and then pivot.
Exactly.
And so I can't imagine how you felt having to perform with that anxiety, knowing that we had to find a solution the second you got off stage.
Yeah. I can't lie, there was an anxiety, but somehow you just try to fuel it in the work.
Yeah.
Like the show, like literally that's what I kept saying to myself was, push through and do this preview, because there's always something on the other side.
Yes.
I think that's really what I was telling myself, is that we've literally, like you said, we've come too far to only come this far.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to keep going and trusting.
And trust has been a big thing.
Yeah.
Trusting. No, we have not had the answers for most of this process, but we are here.
Exactly.
And I think that's the key thing to take away from, regardless of what happens with this experience, by the end of it, we would have produced 2 plays at the Edinburgh Fringe on our very first try.
That's crazy.
Tell us something, because it doesn't matter how well they go at this point. Our very first go, we've never even set foot on Scottish soil. I haven't, have you?
No.
And yet we're going to be
I'm excited.
blowing up their stages with our work. And I really hope that we do get the results that we're looking for. But even if we don't, no one can take that away from us. And with all of the challenges that it has been so hard, guys. We haven't complained, but it has been so hard. There's been challenge after challenge after challenge, stress after stress after stress, money, people dropping out, my creative team for my show falling apart just before my Brighton preview, because that happened. I don't know if I told you, but that was a very difficult thing to process. Like before my Brighton previews, I barely had any rehearsal in a rehearsal room with the director, because people just couldn't commit to the time that we needed. It was just me and her in her flat. And we still did a successful set of previews there. I could have quit those previews.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. It's just, it was disappointing to have to cancel one of the shows, but it just didn't make sense continuing to do a performance with someone knowing that we would inevitably maybe have to change things to suit another actor.
Exactly.
Like the shape of the show is there. And that's what's great about Strangers and Revelations. It is an amazing show. And I really hope as many people come to see it as possible, because it is just, you ain't gonna see nothing like it in Edinburgh. You ain't going to, guys. I'm sorry, you could try, but it ain't gonna happen. And you ain't gonna see anything.
It's the same thing with your show.
I agree. I think we're bringing
mean?
two
Like,
very unique pieces.
You've really put in the work, and which is why it has the reviews it has. You know
Thank
what I mean?
you.
And
And we're gonna do it. So if you thought this was us signing out and being down and out, you're crazy. That's not what we do. And listen, let me tell you something. It's hard. Our head has been spinning. We've been crying in our own, maybe not together, but we've been crying.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And there's been, but we've still got the energy and the passion and the talent. May I say that? We're both very talented people, and we deserve this platform, and we're gonna make the most of it.
You know, there's a quote that says, "You can't burn someone who's made of fire," and I really feel like this is us.
Did you hear that?
Like, no, honestly.
Fire.
refined. Like we've been refined so much in this process.
Absolutely.
I really feel like it. Because we could have quit.
We could have
Honestly,
quit.
there were many opportunities to quit.
Many.
Oh,
And do you know what? Even if from a creative point of view, nothing else comes from this, as people, we have grown. And this is why you take yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
This is why.
Yeah.
Because if you're always doing things, and we said this in a previous video, growth and comfort don't coexist. I'm pretty sure it was the video where we were talking about doing the Edinburgh Fringe or announcing that we were going. Growth and comfort don't coexist. So we've definitely grown. And we're going to embrace that leveling up of us as people, because if we didn't put ourselves through this, we would have been the same people we were at the end of 2024.
Right.
And even though it was cute, we were cool people at the end of 2024. Growth is always the goal. Progress is always the goal. And at the end of 2025, we would have made a huge leap in our careers, in our lives. And I mean, I know lots of people have done the Fringe, but also lots of people haven't done the Fringe. And it can be a make or break process. And spoiler alert, it's not going to break us. Regardless of the tangible results, it is only going to serve to make us better and stronger people. And that really, at the heart of it, is why we do things like this. We're trying to evolve, we're trying to be better. And in order to do that, you have to shed the skin of someone who maybe wasn't as strong as the person you need to be today. Ooh! Do you see it? I didn't even pre-plan that. That just came up on the fly. Here we go. So stay tuned, guys. This is our last video before Edinburgh. The next time you see us, we are going to be in Scotland. We're going to be doing the damn thing. So please stick around. Please stay with us on this journey. If you're new to this journey, please watch all the other videos that led up to this journey, because it's a process. And we really want to show people that you have to start from somewhere to get somewhere. You don't just start at the top. You have to ascend. And even when you're at the top, there's higher mountains that you haven't reached.
Of course,
Do you know? So
hundreds.
Yeah, signing out.
Later.
Stick with us. It's gonna be a movie. Oi, 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 oi.